Welcome to the World Cup 2018 preview in Russia. We're going to give our predictions. Group E, Brazil, the famous Brazil, who are my tips to win the World Cup. I think, well, I'll go into them a bit later, but Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica, Serbia.
This is it's another interesting group. I mean, you've obviously got
you've
got the standout in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
You got the standout in Brazil. I'm with you. They're definitely they're the favourites to win it. So you know, it'd be a shock if they didn't make it to the semis at least. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Their squad again is brilliant. It's almost as good as France, as you could say. they've got depth as well. So you know, and obviously they've got the main star in Neymar. So if he stays fit, they've got a good chance of challenging for the World Cup. And I expect them to qualify with ease in that group. But the next three, for me, it's a bit of a lottery. Switzerland can turn it on when they want to. Other times,
Switzerland are pretty high in the rankings.
They are.
They had a very good qualifier.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. They can turn it on, but then sometimes it comes to the World Cup, they lack. They've been Shaqiri, there's bits here and there, but then they lack that end quality. And you got people like Serbia, who as a nation, they're sort of a little bit like how Iceland are with their fans. Their fans will back them no matter what, whether they're getting battered 7-0 or whether they're winning 2-0. They got the fan base, which I think, and in Russia, I think they'll come in numbers as well. So I think they will give teams a problem. And who's over?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. I can't see Costa Rica doing anything.
They got Joe Campbell.
Nah, exactly. Seen them against England, they were woeful. They barely moved past the halfway line. So for me, I'm gonna go with Brazil and Serbia to qualify.
No man, you're Matic. All right. Germany, Mexico, Sweden, and South Korea, Korea Republic. They make up Group F. And okay, I'm gonna say it. Germany will qualify out of the group, but and I know there's a thing about Germans in total football that can't be snuffed at because they always seem to turn it on.
They do,
but they are not playing well. They are not playing well, and when people talk about favourites in the World Cup, obviously they always put Germany's name in there. I'm not putting Germany's name in there. I do not expect Germany to win the World Cup. And I say expect, obviously I have a favourite who I think is going to win. But then you have teams around that, such as France, probably Spain. And then you consider the fact that Argentina have got Messi, Portugal have got Ronaldo. But I am not putting Germany in even my top 4 of teams who can win the World Cup. Okay. They're not playing well. I guess Joachim Löw is going to have questions to answer if certain players that he's picked don't perform, such as was it Julian Brand from Bayer Leverkusen, Marco Reus, who've both chosen them over Leroy Sané. Obviously, he's done a good job with them in the past, so you have to respect his decision. But I have a lot of question marks about that team. I think they'll get out of the group, but I actually can't see them getting past the quarterfinals. I think they'll get to the quarters, and I think that might be it for them. Okay. Luck of the draw, they may draw Iceland or something like that and get through, but if they meet a big team, I think they're going to get knocked out. Okay. And the second place team, Mexico. Mexico generally get out of the group. They don't go past the last 16, but it's like they have an aim that, last 16 is our target. And once we do that, we can relax. And they generally do it. They, still got man like Javier Hernandez, Chicharito. He knows how to score. So I'm going to put Mexico as second place.
Yeah, maybe.
Group G, Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, and England.
England, England back in the World Cup. It's a group which they would have liked when the draw come, especially because they could get through it. I think that's the main aim for England to get through the group, because I think obviously they played Tunisia and Panama first, so they would expect to get 6 points from them. Knowing England, it's likely that they will drop 2 points at one of those games, surely, knowing England. And then obviously you got the big game with Belgium to come at the end. And the Belgians coming in individually as one of the best squads. They've got individual players from start to back. I looking at the team yesterday. Literally from start to back, it's brilliant. Like pushing world class quality, if not world class already. But as a team, they just never seem to come together and always work. And for me, I'm not a fan of Roberto Martinez. I think he's is an awful manager personally. I don't know how he got this job. I don't know how he got a new deal to sign him for another 2 years as well. But obviously they've got Thierry there as well, working on Lukaku's finishing. So maybe that might help them. So I'm gonna go with Belgium to qualify top, and England to qualify second, and England to get knocked out in the last 16 as usual. If not, they don't qualify from the group. But you know what? I think this year Belgium have to perform. If they don't, it's a massive opportunity miss. And I think I could see
as far as the World Cup goes. Obviously they've got 2 years to the Euros, and those players will still be in their prime. But as far as another World Cup, 4 years is a long time.
Exactly. Who is it? Wales not at the Euros. I mean, that's disappointing for them. They should have been in that final. For me anyway. And so, but I reckon Belgium could get to the semi-finals this year. But I still think if they come against a France or Brazil, I think they'll struggle.
Okay, final group: Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan. Probably the least interesting group other than Group A. I say Group A but Russia's in there, which are the hosts, so you're always going to get that interest. Uruguay with Suarez and possibly Salah with Egypt in Group A. But as far as Group H goes, I don't think there's going to be much interest there, apart from the individual, fans for each countries. Colombia, we know they've got a big population over here in England, North London actually, so they're going to be a lot of.
And they got James, who was exceptional in that last
World Cup. So we'll see if he can do that again. I'll go Colombia. You know what? I'm going to say Senegal. And the reason why I'm going to say Senegal is because I believe one African team will get through. I believe one African team will get through. And I believe that it's going to come from this group. Because this group, for me, it's a bit of a much to do about nothing. And you're going to get a few draws. Then you're going to get a win here or there. And I think anyone can basically beat anyone in this group.
Poland are sick, you know.
I know they are.
Actually sick.
I know they are. But I think anyone can beat anyone in this group. I actually think anyone can beat. And usually an African team qualifies. And I don't know where it's going to come from if it's not this group. Tunisia ain't getting through.
Do you know what? The thing is,
Nigeria ain't getting through. Morocco ain't getting through. Egypt, obviously, they have a chance of getting through.
I said they'll go through, didn't I? Yeah.
If Salah's not there, they're not getting through. If Salah doesn't play,
El Neni will bring them through. Don't worry about that.
If Salah does not play with Egypt, they are not getting through. So if he plays, then maybe I switch to position. I say, okay, maybe Egypt will go through and Senegal won't. But one African team will go through, and this group, I think anything can really happen.
I'll roll put my money in Nigeria, boy.
Nigeria, you can't bank on Nigeria, man.
I don't think you can bank on Senegal either.
No, you can't. But I mean, Nigeria against Croatia and Argentina. Then there's Senegal against Japan, Colombia, and Poland. I can't see when Nigeria's even going to get a win in that group.
But I'm saying that because I don't think Senegal's going through. I don't think Nigeria's going through.
So no African team's going through?
Egypt. That's my
you said Egypt, okay.
Salah or no Salah, I think they still have a good team. And I think in that group, they should be able to get through.
So Saudi Arabia going through there.